Welcome to Declutter's Delight for Life. Tonight we're about decluttering life for 7 simple ways to have fun. I know for a lot of folks out there, I talked about the soul last night and about my experiences, with, coming back and about the issue of love, compassion, and kindness. And I thought, to lighten things up, we all have to learn to have fun. And one of the things I like to say is got to have fun, have fun. And I thought this was a fun thing to do. And my friends up here are going to help us have fun tonight, along with Anne, my beagle, if I can get her to come back over here. But we will. We'll get her to come back over here. One of the first things we have to learn to have fun is to say yes. And do you have fun and play? For a lot of us, that we have to get out there and play and discover ways that are, good for us to play. Getting out and play could be a walk in the park, having a chance to read a good book, being with friends and just, having a Coke together, or a restaurant, or having fun with a group, or going to the YWCA. Or YMCA, or any number of things, or going to the park, just simple things, that, are, can be important. The simple things are a lot of times the things that we remember the most. And then you got to try it. You got to do new things. You have to think about new things to do in life, like maybe join a dance class, maybe try a new sport. There's all sorts of them. I like to try Tai Chi. There's all sorts of things within the martial arts that teach us a lot about helping us with our mind. Me, a long while back, I tried mindfulness, and it really helped organize my mind. Let me say, what else can we think of and try as far as to have fun? There's, getting out and, I don't know, playing marbles with adults. That could be fun. Or how about thinking about, in life? I would, if I were you, don't think like an adult. Think a little bit like a kid. If you're going to have fun, think a little bit like a kid, and think like a kid that you're a big kid, and, think about things you can have fun and that have meaning for you. And then you got to have it. You've got about creating the desires and to learning to have fun with them. And learning about those desires to have fun is so important, because those desires to have fun fuel things in several other areas of our life and give us more meaning in our life and make us feel more whole as human beings, because they create relaxation, they create creativity, they give us hope and peace and tranquility, because it frees up our mind, because our mind is not so cluttered with, all these negative thoughts, because we have all this good stuff coming in, because we're having so much fun that we don't have time to think about all that negative stuff. And then you got to feel it. You got to feel the enjoyment of the amusement. You got to feel the good times and see it through the eyes of a child. And when you feel it down, like I said, in your heart. It's about the heart. And as a child, you feel the emotions about that feeling of fun. And when you feel those emotions deep down, sometimes fun can be an emotional experience. It can feel like you have a high. I don't mean the kind of high that you do with drugs or anything. The kind of high that kind of brings just a kind of certain amount of ecstasy. And that feeling of ecstasy can be so intoxicating that you want to do it again and again and again. And that promotes such positive energy in your life that you want to really create something different. You want to move forward in your life. And then you want to share it. You need to socialize and make a promise to yourself that you'll reach out to other people and have fun, and realize that when you do it with other people, that you create even more positive energy, And when you share, people with like minds that are positive, that only creates more positive energy. And you can do that in all sorts of realms that are simple. You can do them in social groups, networking groups, online, or meeting on Zoom or Snapchat or Facebook. But what I mean is to get out with real human beings and decide that it's a good thing. Meet in the park and play ball, or I don't know. One of the things about sharing it, I think is great is, hi Charlotte, glad to see you. It's, to me, that fun is so good and so great. And I love having fun and sharing it, because learning to share it and have fun and be out with other folks is just such a blessing. And being a blessing to other people is great, because when you all share that common bond, it just creates even more. And then don't squash it. When you're having fun, there's a need for imagination like a child's, and begets dreams that will grow. And as a child, you have so many dreams that you want to make them come true. And when you want dreams to come true, they come out into the universe and manifest them. And children dream all the time. They dream up all sorts of things. They look at clouds in the sky and see all sorts of figures in them. They think of, my little fellows back here are to me a little bit the kind of like a lot of people talk about their inner child. I like to talk about my inner child, and sometimes I have a lot of them, but who knows. But the thing is, that sense of feeling and having fun, or working with people of your belief, and and having that imagination. Think of different things you can do that are outside the box. I can't necessarily think what would be good for you. You would know. But sit down with a piece of paper and think of 3 dreams you have. Imagine them coming true. And if you can imagine them coming true and having fun with it, you'll be surprised at how things can happen with that. And there's a lot of other things that come with that, but you guys realize that by having fun with it, you've got the positive energy to move forward and make it happen. But don't squash it. Don't squash those dreams. Don't squash having that fun. And you'll reach out, and it will just create so much more meaning in your life. And then you got to balance it. You need to have that passion and energy to learn to have the right time and be able to have the fun and such, and have balance in when you're doing it. And when you've got that balance in doing it, you realize that you can create all sorts of opportunities for yourself to have fun. I know for myself, it's been a learning process to have fun, because for most of my life, I led something of a very, very serious life, and I don't lead such a serious life. And I'm learning. Like I said, I drew this myself a little while back, and I thought, I thought this would be great to share with you guys about having fun. And if I can think of a closing thought, and if you could ever remember this, and anything you do in life as far as fun, is to remember to look through the fun of the eyes of a child and the wonderment. You'll be surprised if you have that wonderment in anything you do, because you'll feel it down in your soul. And feeling it down your soul is a very an emotional experience. And when you have that emotional experience, a lot of great things can happen, and you realize that for many of us, that feelings are so important. And for me, having those feelings as a child gives me motivation to do more in my life and have fun. I recently came back from a retreat and a getaway. It was something I needed to do to have fun. I needed more fun in my life, so I did that. And sometimes, too, being a little bit of a child, sometimes a little planning is good, but sometimes spontaneity in one's life is good, too, because it has an element of excitement that a lot of us sometimes, because sometimes we all get in a rut. And when you get in a rut, it's really hard to have fun. But when you add a little spontaneity, and if I can leave you with this message and such, and everything we said about say yes, try it, have it, feel it, share it, don't squash it, balance it, and all of that. And then remember to look through the eyes and the wonderment of a child. And if you've got all that going for you, you'll have a lot of great fun and you'll have meaning, a lot of more meaning in life itself. And you have to remember that decluttering means that it affects all areas of your life and all everywhere. And that decluttering it makes for a great life. And decluttering it is not just about physical space, it's about decluttering all parts of your life. And this is part of it, is learning to have fun. And with that, I wish you a great Declutter's Delight for life. Have a peaceful, tranquil, and loving kindness and compassionate night. Good night and blessings to you all.